look at the life of the Prophet as an example way of doing our life so that we can have love, we can have peace, and we can be fair and just in all our actions.
Muslim Ummah should emulate all the good characters and the teachings of the Holy Prophet so that we ensure that our society peacefully coexist and develop accordingly.
Peaceful coexistence among the whole diverse communities, particularly in Jos North local government area.
Invited guests at the 57th Eid al-Maulud celebration made generous donations to support Islamic schools in the state in a bid to promote Islamic education.
Meantime, Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly, Nanlong Daniel, has felicitated with the Muslim Ummah in Plateau State, Nigeria and beyond on the occasion of Eid al-Maulud, commemorating the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. In a goodwill message, the Speaker described Eid al-Maulud as a significant occasion for Muslims to reflect on the life and teachings of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, particularly his virtues of peace, compassion, justice, patience, humility, and respect for humanity. Daniel urged Muslim faithful to draw inspiration from the Prophet's exemplary life by promoting love, tolerance, forgiveness, and peaceful coexistence, stressing that these values are essential to building a united, peaceful, and prosperous society. The Speaker called on the Muslim faithful to use the occasion to offer special prayers for continued peace, security, and prosperity in Plateau State and Nigeria, as well as for wisdom and divine guidance for leaders at all levels. He emphasized the need for citizens to look beyond religious, ethnic, and political differences and work together in the collective interest of the state, noting that Plateau State's diversity remains a strength that must be nurtured through mutual respect and understanding. Daniel further assured the Muslim community of commitment of the Plateau State House of Assembly to supporting laws and initiatives that promote peace, security, justice, religious freedom, and the overall well-being of the people. He encouraged the people of Plateau State to continue to embrace one another as brothers and sisters, urging them to reject hatred, violence, and actions capable of undermining the peace and unity of the state. Chairman, Jos North Local Government Council, John Christopher, has felicitated with the Muslim Ummah in Jos North, Plateau State, and across Nigeria on the occasion of Eid al-Maulud, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. In a message by his Chief Press Secretary, Mercy Kachalom Chuang, the chairman described Eid al-Maulud as a season of deep reflection on the exemplary life of the Holy Prophet, which he said was defined by compassion, humility, honesty, tolerance, and service to humanity. According to him, the teachings of Prophet Muhammad remain a timeless guide for building a society rooted in peace, justice, equity, and love for one another. Christopher commended Muslim faithful in Jos North for their faith, resilience, and invaluable contributions to the growth of the local government, noting that their dedication to duty and peaceful coexistence continues to make the council stronger. He urged citizens to use the period to show love through charity, extend support to the needy, and offer fervent prayers for wisdom for leaders, peace in communities, prosperity for families, and healing for the land. The chairman further reaffirmed his administration's commitment to creating an enabling environment where every citizen, irrespective of religion, can live and thrive in peace and dignity. The ban on the operation of tricycles within the Jos metropolis on Eid al-Maulud Day celebration witnessed high level of compliance in some areas of Jos, the Plateau State capital. The ban, according to police, is to ensure a hitch-free Eid al-Maulud celebration and prevent the use of tricycles for criminal activities. Our correspondent went round town and filed in this report.
As part of effort towards ensuring a peaceful Eid Maulud celebration, the Plateau State Police Command placed a temporary ban on tricycle operations within the Jos Bukur metropolis and other major towns in Plateau State. A visit around some major streets within the state capital indicates high level of compliance, as tricycles were not visible as usual. Conventional and non-conventional security personnel were sighted in strategic locations enforcing the ban. The development left many passengers stranded in locations such as the All Airport Junction, Polo Roundabout and Tudun Water Park as they struggled for spaces in the few commercial vehicles plying the route. Added to the challenge faced by passengers during the celebration was the absence of metro buses. Shops were open for normal businesses at the popular Terminus Market and other places visited. I am Gokop Timothy.
Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University of Education, Pangshin, Noel Wanang, has extended warm greetings and best wishes to the Muslim community, staff and students of the university as they commemorate Eid al-Maulud. In a goodwill message, the Vice-Chancellor congratulated Muslim faithful on the occasion, describing Eid al-Maulud as an important period for reflection on the life, teachings and virtues of Prophet Muhammad. Professor Wanang urged members of the university community to use the celebration to promote peace, love, compassion, tolerance, and mutual respect, noting that these values are essential to building a harmonious academic environment and a peaceful society. He further encouraged staff and students to embrace unity and peaceful coexistence irrespective of religious or cultural differences, while remaining committed to the pursuit of knowledge, excellence and service to humanity. The Vice-Chancellor prayed for peace, prosperity and continued progress for the university, Plateau State and Nigeria, wishing all Muslim brothers and sisters a happy, peaceful and blessed Eid al-Maulud celebration. Up ahead on Global News, All Progressives Congress reopens membership e-registration. Please stay with us. Glad to have you rejoin us. The federal government has announced that another 65 Nigerians will return from South Africa on Wednesday, August 26, 2026. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs disclosed this in a statement posted on its X handle on Tuesday. The ministry said the returnees, sponsored by private individuals, would depart the Oliver Tambo International Airport, Johannesburg, at 3:30 p.m. local time aboard South African Airways. The statement said the expected time of arrival of the returnees at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, is 8:45 p.m. in the evening same day. The returnees were being repatriated amid recent anti-foreigner attacks on discrimination in South Africa. The latest return comes after the government announced the return from the country last week. The All Progressive Congress APC has announced the reopening of its nationwide membership electronic registration exercise ahead of the 2027 general elections. The exercise will commence on Monday, August 31st, 2026, across all wards in the country. In a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Felix Moka, the party urged existing members to validate their membership, while new and intending members are encouraged to register and join the APC. The party said eligible registrants must be at least 18 years old and possess a valid National Identification Number, NIN. According to the APC, the e-registration exercise is aimed at deregistering its membership register, this involving the integrity of membership records and providing efficient access to membership data for planning and decision making. The party said that the initiative will also promote internal democracy and strengthen its commitment to democratic innovation in Nigeria. The APC called on party stakeholders, supporters, and members, both old and new, to participate in the exercise nationwide. The Plateau State government has distributed relief materials to victims of the recent attack on Bim-Imper community in Mongu local government area. Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Sunday Abdu, who led a delegation during the presentation, described the attack as unfortunate and devastating. Our correspondent has details.
Bim-Imper, a community less than 10 kilometers from Mangu town on the 18th of this month, came under attack by armed herdsmen, resulting in the death of several people. Presenting the relief materials, Executive Secretary, Plateau State Emergency Management Agency, Sunday Abdu, said the intervention is a directive by Governor Caleb Mutfwang for immediate assistance to the victims to alleviate their sufferings.
No amount of money that can be given to you that will assuage these pains from your heart. But remember that the one that protects us is God Almighty. He has sent in foodstuff to give you each household.
Abdu explained that the governor shares their pain, assuring of government's commitment to restoring peace across communities in the state.
He instructed us to ensure that we bring fertilizer to the community. Each of the households will have 4 bags, and then the remaining will be shared to the neighbors in the community. But do not sell your food, because there is money, cash that will be given.
Receiving the items for onward distribution to the affected families, village head of Mbinper Matthew Timothy and the leading reverend of LCC, Levinus Yerima, appreciated Governor Caleb Mutfwang for personally visiting the community to commiserate with the people. They explained that his visit and presentation of the relief materials to the victims demonstrates his love for people of the state.
We receive it with thanks. We don't have anything to pay in return. But the God that is keeping him will continue to keep him much more.
Shi mai girma gwamna jihar Plateau, Barsa Caleb Mutfwang. Gaskiya mun yi farin ciki domin ya kawo mana ta'aziya. Ran da aka yi mass burial, washe garin bai yi nan da nan ba, sai ga shi nan.
Items presented to the victims include bags of fertilizer, a variety of foodstuffs, and financial assistance. From Bimper in Mangu local government area, I am Gwakop Timothy.
And on the foreign scene, the United States military has commenced specialized training for Nigerian troops in unmanned aircraft systems, combat casualty care, and other operational skills as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen security of cooperation between both countries. The training is taking place at an operating location in Bauchi State under a broader U.S. military partnership aimed at improving operational readiness, enhancing local capacities, and promoting greater capability between the two forces. According to the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM, the program covers several areas, including combat lifesaver and tactical combat casualty care, weapons familiarization, camouflage techniques, water treatment and testing, explosive ordnance disposal, small unit tactics, and unmanned aircraft systems. The training program was developed after Nigerian military officials identified areas where additional expertise and capacity building would be most useful. Captain Gabriel Fengold, a logistic officer with the U.S. Army's Southern European Task Force, Africa, said American personnel presented their Nigerian counterparts with several training options before allowing them to select their preferred areas. In a move unprecedented for Tanzanian, Vice President Emmanuel Nchimbi has announced he is resigning and will retire from public life at the end of next week, less than 10 months after being sworn in. The 54-year-old gave the details in a brief letter to President Samia Suluhu Hassan, shared on his Instagram account. Sources in his office and the presidency confirmed the resignation. Nchimbi, who will be the first vice president to step down since independence in 1964, explained he was quitting in line with the promise he made to the president that he would go if she felt another vice president was needed. The resignation comes amid media reports that Somia had fallen out with her deputy. Nchimbi was sworn in last November after a successful campaign as Somia's running mate in the presidential election the previous month. The outcome, with the winner taking a 98% share of the vote, was disputed by the opposition, and opposition parties and human rights groups accused the security forces of unleashing a brutal crackdown on anti-government protesters. He thanked the president and the ruling Chama Cha Mutupiki party of the trust they had placed in him, and to Tanzanians for their support during his time in public service. And that is it on Global News this evening, except for the recap. In the news, we told you that President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Muslims on this year's Eid al-Mawlud celebration, charging them to imbibe the good teachings of Prophet Muhammad. In a statement released on Tuesday by his special advisor, Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president said that beyond celebrating the birthday of the Holy Prophet, the faithful should use the occasion for introspection, prayer, and learning from the Prophet's exceptional virtues. The Plateau State government has distributed relief materials to victims of the recent attack on Bim Imper community in Mongu local government area. Executive Secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Sunday Abdu, who led the delegation during the presentation, described the attack as unfortunate and devastating. The federal government has announced that another 65 Nigerians will return from South Africa on Wednesday, August 26, 2026. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs disclosed this in a statement posted on its X handle on Tuesday. In a move unprecedented for Tanzania, Vice President Emmanuel Nchimbi has announced he is resigning and will retire from public life at the end of next week, less than 10 months after being sworn in. That is it on Global News this evening. Many thanks for watching, and happy Eid al-Mawlud to our Muslim brothers.